Now's a good time to get in a new world, or should I wait a while? I mean, you can play it for a while, but like, the game still has a lot of problems. Yeah, that's definitely true. Wait 5 years? I don't know. They just trapped Cam OBS. No, I just turned it off manually. Steam charts are at a new low right now. Let me see. It's hard for me to say, like, is it a new low? I don't know. Went down quite a bit, yeah. $15K peak because I got 80K to 100K unique logons. Yeah, that's probably true. Free weekend didn't bring in any new players. Well, I mean, like, that's fine. Yeah, that's not, like... Yeah, I don't think that's a big deal. Okay, give me 1 second. Alright, I'm good. Okay, it was a free weekend? Yeah. I gotta buy one. I gotta make one of these. Wait, what? Oh, right. I didn't just make amulets. They need new players because there's no sub. They'll run out of money. Yeah, I think that's true. I thought I already was 585. Oh, well, I guess now I am. Fuck. Okay, let's see. I guess I need to do some other random ass shit. They get the money from skins, though. New World going free means nothing. Yeah, there's a lot of people that just are choosing not to play the game. I think the problem is clearly not the fact that the game costs money. Like, that's clearly not the problem. Okay, so... let's see where I need to go, what I need to do here. I guess we could go over here and start farming some wood. I could do that, or... I should probably join one of these raids for a group for something. I don't know, though. Not if in-game content? Yeah. Millions bought already. Not gonna play on the PTR. No, I want to get my character. The thing is, like, the reason why I'm not gonna play on the PTR is I want to get my character ready to... Hey, Asmon. Yo, what up? I want to get my character ready to... for the PTR. That's it. Kill the open world bosses. What open world bosses? What do you mean? I mean, there aren't any, really. Malevolence? I mean, like... yeah, I mean, maybe I could go kill Malevolence. Do you get anything from that? Yeah, with rare drops. Yeah, yeah, it's just the pants, yeah. I don't really need to worry about that. Give you a tune with all the gear you ever want. Yeah, I just want to have, like, my character ready, so whenever it goes live, I'll be able to play and like, do all the new stuff. Synab, World Boss for expertise. What I need to do, like, so everything is good for my expertise. I'm just missing this right here. I need to get this to 600. And then I'm good to go. I'm gonna move black box. No, I'm not gonna move it. It's to block chat. I know it doesn't block the top 2 messages, but pretty much it blocks everything. They just released more info about crafting and Dragonflight. Yeah, I'll probably look at it tomorrow. Farm Tiger's Instinct Hatchet. It's best in slot. Tiger's Instinct. Where do you get that? It's an Imperial? Oh no. Wait, it's like wait. It's an Imperial. Oh, not Dynasty Shipyard. Just like the Imperial area. The 62 elites. Let's see how many of these I can get away with. Okay. It's strength and dex though. That's okay. I'll look at it in a minute. Oh fuck, I usually go over here to cut down the trees. I'm just gonna cut down this tree. I'm gonna be a scumbag. Oh fuck, I'm dying. Got him. Fucking bitch. I fucking got them all. I got every single one. Kill this guy. Oh my god, he's so mad. He is so mad. You imagine how fucking furious this guy is. Like, he's just like, I'm just cutting down everything and like, chop everything. Yeah, I don't even need this wood. I'm just doing it to fuck with him. Okay, Oh. Oh fuck, I'm not PvP group. I'll join and do like at least a couple of dungeons. I can't do a whole lot. I want to do some WoW stuff today too. Amulet of the Ranger. What's this? That's pretty good. Has this game got any less boring in the last few months? I'll be honest, I genuinely had fun stealing that guy's item. It was genuinely fun. What is he doing? I guess I'm gonna just go over there and kill him. Okay, you're dead. I should be able to get the other one. Tiger's Instinct Hatchet Farm. Tiger's Instinct. Health crit. Yeah, that is really good. Holy shit. Wow, that is really good. It drops some Boravon. The fuck is Boravon? He's over there. I could try to go for it. Like, what do y'all think? How many kills does it take to get it? Like, my hatchet is decent. One? Okay. Alright, I guess I'll just teleport over to there. Somebody says it's getting nerfed. Oh, yeah, it's getting nerfed. Never mind, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, somebody says it's not getting nerfed. Or is getting nerfed. Does not get nerfed. Well, somebody that like I know that knows a lot about the game said that, so I'm gonna trust them. They're removing the Vicious perk? Yeah, I don't know what, like, that's the crit chance one, right? Oh no, crit damage. You confused me in your most recent YouTube video? What's the most recent YouTube video? Oh, I'm just reading some of it. There we go. Everyone's a musician down. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I have to do some WoW stuff today, actually. Like, I kind of just wanted to log on and get my, craft my thing. I want to get this done and then probably fuck around a little bit more and then do WoW stuff. Oh yeah, I mean, I think most people are pretty positive about the stream, etc. I feel like there's been there's just been negativity with like a handful of people. A vocal minority, very vocal minority, for a few vocal minority, yeah. I think that there's like, they're actually extremely small. Cause like, it doesn't really make sense, band users modding. Yeah, people get mad. Like the thing is, I've always found it to be just like so astonishing, like how completely butt mad people get that like other people don't want to deal with their shit. You know what I mean? Like, cause that's effectively what it is. Yeah, it's just crazy. I believe it's Final Fantasy and just stop, man, stop. Let's go over. I'm gonna just teleport. Yeah, like in general, I think that there's like a subset of viewers that are like these like super overly conscientious people that are trying to like min-max like everything that you do and like tell you like what's good and what's not good and what you can and can't do and what's okay and what's not okay. Like I just yeah, it's like they're like, yeah, it's like your stream has to like reinforce the way that they view the world, right? And so or reinforce the way they see things or whatever. People keep saying you should have defended McConnell in the Greek interview. I know McConnell. McConnell doesn't give a fuck. Do you think McConnell is like mad or upset or stressed out that like Greek God X said that he's stupid? How old are you? Yeah, I mean, this is a 30-year-old man. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? I'll go through this and just get the next one ready. Then log off. Bunch of streamers signed an NDA with Blizzard about stuff. I didn't. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Like, I don't really want to sign an NDA or anything like that. I would prefer not to. If it's something that makes sense, sure, but like most things probably don't. But yeah, I think people just get they get really caught up in these stuff in these things, and it's like kind of weird to take a step back and like look at it in like context of like what people are upset about sometimes. And it's like, it's just it's weird. It's really weird. People take things too seriously online, and they always want to make sure that like you know, entertainment is like, you know, their view on it is taken seriously. Oh fuck, that's a big tree. Dude, that's such a big tree. Oh my god, I'm so mad. Fuck, dude, that's such a big tree. It's the biggest tree I've ever seen. So yeah, it's like people that try to constantly tell you, like, you know, who you should and shouldn't interact with on Twitch, like what you should and shouldn't say, what you should and shouldn't watch, what you should and shouldn't play, like I don't know. I think that there's just like a big group of people online that they are so fixated around what content creators do, it becomes a mental illness. Like just to care that much at all. Oh, shit. It was mental illness. It was mentally ill from the beginning. It's probably like a mutual escalation. That is a big boy too. Am I gonna get another one stolen from me? Fuck! Fuck! God fucking damn it. I didn't know if he's gonna, I didn't know he's gonna fucking slide right by me and just fucking yoink that shit. Oh my god. He says, he calls me a bitch. I mean, to be fair, like I was, oh my god, I'm gonna lose this one too, aren't I? Yeah, I was being a bitch. I was, no, he's right. I was 100% being a bitch. $5,000. Let me get this one. I'm not gonna let this, give me one sec. I'm not gonna let this one go to waste. You saw how I tried to pull it onto him, right? What's this? Oh, that's a really good one. Thanks, man. Is it better than the one I have? Void damage. Yeah, I would say it is. Thanks a lot. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I'll fucking... Let me make sure I lock that. Now I just need to get that and I'm good. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. That's best PvE? Yeah, it's really good. Thank you. Ball in the cluster. Yeah, that's about right, Cody. That's about right. I should use that. It's worth like 30k. I have a pretty good amount of money. I have like over, yeah, I have like 200k gold. I need to find a gem for it though now. I'll go buy a gem for it later on. I think I should just put it on now. Yeah, I need to get, there's like a special earring you can get, and it's called like Doom's Chance or something like that, and that's the one that I was gonna try to farm. But I've just been lazy, I haven't done it. It's from the first boss in Genesis. This game is gonna be really good in a year. McConnell, you said that a year ago. PvPing is same as Doom's Chance, but with Constitution. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of PvP. I'm not really much of a PvPer. I don't think I'm going to be able to get Gladiator this season, to be honest with you. Like, I find it very unlikely. Okay. That's good. How close am I to the next one? Let me see. Trade skills, wooding. Okay, maybe 2 more, and then I should be good. $2.2 in a day, get Glad easy. Maybe, like, yeah, I don't know. I've got to try. They renamed Hysteria in Wrath. Wait, what? What is Hysteria? Like, what even is it? It's a Death Knight ability? Why would they rename Hysteria? It's a state of yeah, I don't understand. Back in the day, they cured women's hysteria by a doctor orgasming them. What does that have to do with it's a Death Knight? Hysteria is a real word. Yeah, I mean, it's a Death Knight, not a doctor. Like, I'm just confused, like... Who cares if they're renaming it, though, to be honest? Well, I do. I mean... Is it like a big deal? No, it's not a big deal. Like, I mean, really, it's not a big deal, but like, yeah, why rename it for no reason? If it's not a big deal, then why are you doing it? Hysteria was considered a diagnosable physical illness in women. I think the only people with an illness are the people that think that that word has a problem. Those are people with an illness. People get hysterical as meaningful application. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Men have hysteria too. What kind of fucking logic is that? To be fair, you didn't know it was a DK ability until right now? Well, what does that have to do with it? I mean, yeah, I don't remember a DK ability from Wrath of the Lich King, no. There's a movie where they invent a vibrator to cure hysteria. See, a normal person, number one, doesn't know that. And number two, doesn't think that. Like, this is like actual mental illness going into a video game. And I do think that it's bad. Whenever you have people that have like such a weird, distorted view of the world that change things like that, that's hysteria right there. This is like a mental illness if you think that's a problem. I think these things, like, really, there's a lot of people who... These changes do matter with video games in a way that, like, people have, like, their escapism removed whenever they know the game is being curated and changed under some, like, weird, distorted agenda that doesn't reflect 99.9% of the population's viewpoints. They're not renaming other things in a game. Something as players are looking for something to get offended over. Well, how does that make any sense? If the players are looking for something to get offended over, but they wouldn't be offended over anything if the developers didn't consider it a problem. That doesn't even, like, it doesn't make sense. Chat triggered by minor name change. I think that, yeah, people are really annoyed by stuff like this because it goes to show that common sense and, like, thinking of, like, well-adjusted, rational, normal people is being ignored. And instead it's being replaced by a mindset that is it's hysterical. That's why I think that people don't like it, is they don't want to have their media controlled by somebody who thinks that hysteria is a bad word. Or a problem at all. I think that's reasonable. I mean, that's how I feel. I think it's ridiculous. Well, logic when dreams surrender to madness as well. I think that by that logic you can apply that to many things. I mean, do people understand language changes? It's obvious the word isn't used that way anymore. No, it's not. It hasn't been for years, and I don't even think that an average person would even know that. There's also a huge taboo on the word nuclear. I feel like these are problems that are invented by people who don't have problems. These are people who's like, it's their job to complain about things, and it's their job to like have problems with things. And that's what they do. Sarah comes from group weed hysteria, I mean the uterus. Originally was believed hysteria and hysterical symptoms were caused by a defect in the womb. Thus only women could become hysterical. Oh, I think that's probably true. I mean, it's just that, like, I think the reason why it, if like the word was still used that way, I think that people would be pretty reasonable, and they'd say like, yeah, of course this is like not really a good word to use, but like you like language evolves over time, and it evolves over years and with the culture. So the way that people used words, you know, 15 years ago or 30 years ago isn't the same way that people use words now. The word is, yeah, the word's not associated with that definition at all. No reasonable person thinks that whenever they hear the word. It has nothing to do with it. It just seems like it's another word that people are trying to create a stigma behind because they have no real problems in their life. They're looking for windmills to joust at and invisible problems to solve. And the worst part about it is that most people don't really care, like one way or another, right? But I think that they just let it happen because they don't really care. And I do think that it's, I've said this before, right, is that if you accommodate an unreasonable person, you too become unreasonable. I think that's kind of what happens here, is that people don't really care that much. And so this stuff just keeps getting more annoying and more reductive and more separated from common sense or critical thinking. What if your understanding of reasonable is flawed, though? Well, that's the thing, and that's always going to be the I think that I'm reasonable. I mean, that would make sense, right? And I think that if you asked, like, let's say 1,000 people, do you think this word is problematic fundamentally? I assume that probably 1,000 of them would say no. Like, there wouldn't even be one person. Some may respond differently given the history of the word. I don't think that people want to live their lives around the context of something that happened 200 years ago. I don't like this idea that the way that people lived 200 years ago and the social norms that occurred 200 years ago is should be, you know, adhered to now. It's ridiculous. Just more than 100 years ago instead. Here's one way to look past it, right? In terms of like culture, etc. Is that if everybody who used the word in that way is dead, you should probably look at it differently. And nobody who uses it is alive that way, then that's it. It's all, yeah. Okay, there's one of them at least. Nice. Didn't get anything. Actual illness on WoW team. Yeah, it's disappointing to see people that are so disconnected from reality making decisions for a game. And still call women hysteric in quarrels. They call them crazy, and other people call men hysterical too. I think that the word has been completely disconnected from a sexist usage. At the end of the day, who gives a fuck? I think that a lot of people have a right to care about something like that because it goes to show a focus and it goes to show a priority. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I do care about stuff like that because it goes to show that there will be a lot of topics and types of content in the game that we'll never see because they could offend somebody's sensibilities that are completely unreasonable. Or sorry, sensitivities that are completely unreasonable. Yeah, I don't want to have my media dictated to me by somebody who thinks that this word is a problem. Yeah, I really don't like that stuff at all. I think it's ridiculous. Oh shit, I didn't see that one. Frustrating, there's like nothing we can do. Well, the thing is that there are a lot of games. The good thing now is that AAA publishers like that, if they do stuff like that enough, people will just simply stop playing their games. That's all there is to it. Because I do think that there are a lot of gamers that just, that they feel the exact same way that I do. They think this is just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it's outrageous that anybody would even consider this a problem. And you're right that it's not a big deal, but I think that it's like a miner's canary, where the people that think this is a problem are also people they're going to think a dozen other things are also a problem. And it goes to show an indication of focus and also like their mindset. Renaming enslaved demon to subjugate demon. Every man for himself will survive. I don't mind that because the every man for himself didn't make sense. Like, it actually just didn't make sense. But yeah, like subjugate demon versus enslaved demon, like this is just this is not the workings of a sound mind. Okay, what's this here? Oh, I'm not gonna do that. These people are vocal minority, they always get their way, it doesn't make any sense. The reason why it doesn't make any sense, and the reason why they always get their way, is because people that are reasonable don't care either way. So the people that are super vitriolic and outspoken about problems like this slowly just kind of edge things more towards them because an average person doesn't care. But the thing is that, like, an average person doesn't care, but I think that they should. I absolutely think that they should. Oh, no, chance to spell, games run. Well, that's the way that people view it, right? Whereas, like, the way that I see it as unreasonable, neurotic people with no common sense are making decisions for the game. And that's what I think that people that think like this are. They're unreasonable, neurotic, crazy people. That shouldn't be taken seriously at all. And to the extent that you downplay it or anything, all you're doing is enabling their behavior. Is the sentiment a bigger problem? Yeah, I think so. Promise you're against any of it, you're considered a bigot? Well, the reason why is because average people just don't care and don't want to be involved in it at all. But I think it's an element of boiling a frog, where, like, now we're in a world where the word hysteria is problematic and it needs to be removed or changed from the game. You see what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of things that are changes are, like, generally good decisions, and they're, like, not really that bad. Like things like like some of the name changes they did and, like, jokes they did in the game. Like, some of the jokes were, like, really kind of weird. Like 90% of them were fine, but, like, some 10% were actually, like, pretty weird. What the hell is this? Inside the vines? Do I not have this? I thought I did. Well, no, it's... I wonder why it's not showing up. There it is. Oh. Frenzy is problematic. Animals are assaulted all the time. Well, I find that, like, I mean, I don't really care about the, like, if an animal gets offended by a word, that doesn't really seem like it's a problem to me. But you never know. Way to downplay people, creating boxes, people stigmatize opponents. Uncomfortable, don't go to the dark side. I hope you stop condemning people. I don't know what you're talking about, but, like, I will state this very clearly. I think that somebody who has a problem with the word hysteria and thinks that this needs to be changed or removed from the game is hysterical. I think that anybody who thinks that is neurotic. They are completely disconnected from reality. They have no idea what they're talking about. They do not even understand 99% of what average people think. And they are asserting an agenda and an ideology that is not reflective at all with the public. And I think people completely resent it. I am one of them. And I'm not sorry. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous we're even having this conversation. Just because somebody has a problem with something doesn't mean the thing has to change. Sometimes people have problems with things and they're just fucking stupid. It's like we're being dictated by 8-year-olds. Yeah, exactly. They'll just demand more and more. Of course they will. Because that's what they do. Fuck. Yeah, I'm firing them all rat. Hmm. That's agree. It's not worth changing. I think it's also not worth caring about whenever they do. I think that it is. Again, I think that it's an indicator that this is the focus of the company. Yeah, this is something that they're doing. This is something that they think was a problem. I absolutely think it's something that's it's stupid, and it should be called out for being stupid. So I could rant about ability for an hour, renaming Kata. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm surprised that, and this is what people do, right? And this is what a normal person does, is that a normal person doesn't really have a problem that, you know, they changed the name, and it's not really, like, it doesn't functionally matter at all. But, like, you do stuff like that for 10 years, and the next thing you know, you have to sign a social contract because the employees of the company can't stop touching each other. I don't like it. I resent it. I think it's ridiculous. I think that any time the person is unreasonable, you should never, ever, ever accommodate them. You should never accommodate a person who wants something that is unreasonable. Because if you do that, it will never stop. Have you ever had somebody who is, like, abusive, or somebody who is like controlling or manipulative, and the moment that you let them get anything through the cracks, then they start doing more stuff? There's never an end to this, because this is what they do. Give them an inch, they take a mile. How do you determine what's unreasonable? Well, it's a judgment call. I think that's really what it comes down to, is that it's a judgment call. And obviously, like, there's no 10 commandments on what is and isn't reasonable. You're right. There are people that don't have a problem with it, and they don't really care. But I think that, and if you, like, basically, like, if you approached an average person and you asked them if this is a problem, I think that they would all say no. So what does that mean? That means that the people that make decisions for the game are disconnected from what an average person wants, and they are trying to put forward a viewpoint or a worldview that is not reflective at all of their player base, of the average population, or of anyone. These are people that are constantly offended, trying to tone police the entire world, and tell everybody else how they should live their life. There will never be enough for them. There will never be like, okay, now we're happy. There's always something else. There's always something more. And then at a certain point, criticizing them at a fundamental level is seen as one of the infractions as well. Just by asking questions or saying that you disagree, this is also bad. Microaggression, yeah. I'm gonna do like one more lap. I'm gonna get some other shit done. Oh, it's this guy. I've gotta go kill him. Will it be enough? It's a waste of resources. Changing the game every time says something that's offensive. Yeah. Don't play sombrero off Max Mario and people are mad as fuck. Love sombreros. There's nothing that there's nothing that like middle class white people love doing more than telling minorities what they should be offended by. It is outrageous. I see this constantly. I've had so many friends tell me the same thing. Once it's taken, not given, feeling darn whenever they do this. I think that it's reasonable whenever somebody is doing something rude. Or it's like, I think that a lot of it comes out to do with like intent. It's like a reasonable average person is not going to think or come to this conclusion. So in that way, it's not a bad thing. Like if somebody does something that like affects me negatively and I feel like they didn't really do it on purpose, I'm not really going to be like very angry at them, because it's just like, you know, mistakes happen. But if somebody does something on purpose, then yeah, of course I'd be more upset. Give me the actually I need transmog off this boss. I already have the mount, never mind. Yeah, I just figure I try and kill this guy whenever I can. Latinx is the funniest shit. Can't even say it in Spanish. I think most of the people that say the word Latinx can't speak Spanish. Like usually what I call people, like anybody like that, I just call them Hispanic. Like over here in Texas, like most people just say Mexican. I usually don't do Mexican. If somebody says they are Mexican, then it's like, well, okay, then you're Mexican, right? But like my default is Hispanic. The reason why is that it's like you're not a Mexican, you're an American, you're here in America. And I don't like that's, yeah, I think that's like it's like an othering thing, right? It's divisive. It could be, because it's like somebody who, like some guy, you know, Eric Gonzalez fucking his dad, you know, was born here in America. He was born here in America. Like, if you want to call yourself Mexican for your heritage, that's fine. I'll say that. But I mean, I wouldn't, like, for me, like, that's the country that they grew up in, and so that's what I would call them. I think that's the best thing to do. It's the second best thing to do. The best thing to do is just call people what they ask to be called, right? Or what they call themselves. Shouldn't be lecturing people on what they should be called, just saying, dude. Well, I'm not lecturing people on what they should be called. I think that what about my logic do you think is wrong? Yeah, what foundation of this is wrong? Lecturing? I'm not telling anybody what that's literally not what I said. I never said that. I explicitly said the opposite. It's like saying Asian to Asians instead of Chinese. Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. Anyway, conversation like adults. Yeah, I mean, I understand this can be upsetting for some people, but most normal people can handle a conversation like this. Persistent as brain dead? No, it's not that. They're, you know, they're referring to me as a white person, right? And so, like, not as an individual or assessing my thoughts at all. They're just kind of reducing my opinion down to an outcome of my race and then discarding it because of that. And so, like, I think that a lot of people are trained to do that by, like, the media and by different people, especially on, like, Twitter. And I think it's stupid. It's like nobody's going to agree with you or be on your side if you act like that. You have a stereotype of an individual person? Yeah, exactly. Would you possibly know minority issues if you haven't experienced them? Well, I didn't say that wait, when did I even ever say this was an issue? I never said it was an issue at all. You'll get mad at something you didn't even say? Yeah, it's sad. I think that there's some validity to saying that, like, you know, it's harder to understand something if you're not part of it. And, like, you're probably right to an extent, but, like, that wasn't even what I was saying. Like, like, the person, they took what I said into, like, they just ignored what I said and they turned it into something else. Yeah, deliberately misunderstanding, yeah. Did you guys finish the block balls? Yeah, dude, we cleared the whole thing. We cleared it last night. It was pretty easy. Put on culture and stuff like that. Well, I don't know. I think that, like, really is that I think that all conversations and like everything, whether this is like a race or like a gender or a you know, anything issue, what I think like 90% of it comes down to, probably 99% of it, is just don't treat people like shit and try to treat other people with dignity and respect. And if you just do that and treat people like people, that solves like 99% of problems. Because even somebody who says something or uses the wrong term referring to a minority or something like that, not like the N-word, right? But I'm just saying like something that's like an antiquated word. Like if this person is not hostile or whatever, I've never seen somebody get mad about that legitimately because the person didn't mean it. Like maybe they say, hey, I don't like that or whatever, and then if you say that, another average person would just be like, oh, my bad, I didn't know that, sorry. Like that's it. Like that's the way that a normal person thinks. My sons don't care if you call them Latinos. No, not really. I don't think so. I mean, that's why you just dehumanize people? Yeah, exactly. Don't forget, young people are straight up being indoctrinated with this mindset going to college. It doesn't matter. People should have the people are accountable for their own mind. Just because somebody tells you something doesn't mean you should believe it. If you're just getting indoctrinated by something, then you know, maybe that's like a problem with you. So it's getting a drink. Adopting a regional system we're born into, start living life that way. I think that people should learn to think for themselves and question even the systems that they're a part of. I think that a lot of people do. That's why you see so much social change in general. Yeah, I think that's true. Like most people question, like, you know, like all kinds of systems, including the ones that they're in. Okay, Curian Assault, I think I did that one. Let me check a few things. See if this thing is up. Oh, I missed that one. That's too bad. See, it's this. I need to do this one. It's just the drop rate for that mount is so low. There's so many opinions, every single thing that exists can be overwhelming for someone younger. They're not taught to compare sides. Well, I think that not only are you not taught to compare sides, but I think that a lot of people are taught that if you even indulge the idea that what you hear and what you're told is not true, you're like a terrible person. So it's not as simple as just like, oh, you know, it's like, oh, you just don't hear sides. No, it's like the people that don't believe something like that are just like bad people. Fuck, when is this gonna drop? But anyway, I don't know, we talked about that forever. Who gives a fuck? Like, I just... I think that people, I think it's completely fair for people to dislike stuff like that, changes like that, and like even like minor changes that they just shouldn't even be considered or taken seriously at all. Toy from Forge Tap achievement. Yeah, well, I'll do some achievements. Actually, let me finish this. I'm 98%. Holy fuck. I'll get 2 more. You care about getting glad this season? I can't. Like, I mean, there's nobody. Like, I don't have anybody to play with. The alpha not being out is worrying? Yeah, a little bit. I'm 2100 unique point. Yeah, I got 2.1k. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get 2.4k, man. Like, it fucking sucks. Crystal containment trap. Do I have that with me? No, I don't. I'm gonna go get it. Have you asked anyone though? No, I haven't. I mean, I feel like they'll, you know, like they'll let us know whenever it's time to let us know. Okay, I'm not ready for that one yet. Overwatch 2 is going to be filled with some payment bullshit now that doing free to play. As long as it's optional and people can play the game without doing it, then it's fine. Yeah, as I said, I think that people are way too hostile about Overwatch 2. I feel like people are being unreasonable about it. Did I pay $60 to be able to earn it all in game? Now they're going to charge $60 for a skin. Yeah, but like, I mean, is it better? The thing is, like, that might be a better payment model for you, but I think making a game free to play with skins is probably better than making it buy to play. I mean, I know you might not agree with that or like that, and to be honest with you, I don't really like it either, but it's just probably... I'll get an achievement for this, right? I complete everything? Yeah, that's what I thought. Nice. Okay, so we got that one done. Treasures of Zareth Mortis. Containment trap. Alright, I'm gonna use this and just complete this achievement. This one's a fucking dog shit ass achievement. how do you track these different things? Like, track the coordinates on them? You don't? Oh, there should be a way to do it. There it is. Okay, it's alt right click. Got it. Okay, we'll just do all these. Nice and relaxing content. Some viewers don't show whenever it'll be ready. Some people be crying. I mean, I don't know why you're defending it that much. Like, I don't think that it's unreasonable for people to be concerned. Like, I mean, you literally have like 15 years to go off of like, of what to look at. Yeah, it's just a game. Yeah, it's just a game. I mean, like, yeah, there's no reason really to defend it or anything. Like, it's just, it is what it is. Bygone Geomental. Well, where the fuck is it? There's Forgotten Geomental. Overgrown Geomental. But no Bygone Geomental. Can you guys invite me if you're in Zereth Mortis? Yeah, if you don't mind, like, it has multiple spawn locations. These are so annoying. I really don't like the birds. They just keep you in combat for no reason and they're annoying. Maybe I'll just look around. I mean, I don't know. It could be one in this area, right? So what I'm kind of assuming is that there's some form of like replacement spawn where like every single time that an overgrown geomental dies, there's a chance that a bygone one will respawn. Is it something like that? It's just like, what is this? Like, why? Just so annoying. I wouldn't mind it as much, but they keep you in combat for so long. Fuck. Yeah, if somebody can invite me. Maybe I'll try to join like a group for the raid. There's another bird, man. There's a stealth guy? Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll just do one at a time, man. So I'm thinking I might join like world boss groups to realm hop. I think that might be the best idea. Spam/target. I mean, does it really matter? If he's there, you'll know. Okay. I could just go and look for another one. Like, what if I go and just look for another one? Let me try this one. This guy is right here. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot. Okay, so like, is that... Oh, I have to click it, right? Research data collected, and so like now it's done, right? Thanks a lot. If your server is dead, can I just stay on the server? Thanks, man. What new MMO is releasing next? I think the next thing that we'll probably hear from is... that's actually a good question. I think we could have one of those like Asian MMOs. Like that Tower of Fantasy or something like that, maybe. Riot MMO? I don't think that we're going to see a Riot MMO. I think there's a good chance we could maybe see like the Ashes Alpha or something like that. Moss Choked Guardian. I was told that there would be... the other one would be easier. I guess I'll just kill this thing right now while I wait for it. Dennis achieved, I have an idea where they all are. So excited for Ashes, man. Yeah, it looks pretty good. New World remake? I mean, I don't think they need to remake the game. I think that they need to, like... I don't know what they need to do. Like... an expansion? Yeah. Like, for example, with like Lost Ark, I think Lost Ark's progression is like really good because you go from like doing one type of content to another type of content. And I think games that have like nice games that have content that's fundamentally just like, okay, you're gonna go and just do the exact same thing. I find that to be a problem. I think it's super boring, man. I don't think this one's up. Okay. I'll drop group and just like re-invite me in a minute if it's not up. Talk about the hate gang over great. The fact is that I think a lot of people in like, this is what I've always said, right? Is that there are always going to be people that are mad or like unhappy that I'm doing. Yeah, can somebody else invite me in Zereth Mortis? I don't think this this didn't phase me over. Yeah, if anybody can, like Asmon, Golden, Kultazad. People are always going to get mad about stuff that I do, but I think that like my actual audience that you know, watches my content, they thought it was funny and they liked it a lot. So I think at the end of the day, like that's really what matters. Like it doesn't really matter what like a small group of people that don't watch your content anyway think. Is it disappointing whenever you get hate for something? Yeah, sure. But it's also just, that's life. Fuck, man, where is it? It's on me. The fuck? It was in the wrong spot. Okay. Gotcha, bitch. Thank you, man. GG. Easy GG. Thank you very much. You'll take stuff way too serious. Yeah, the thing is, like, I've said this 100 times at this point. I don't want people to, like, shit on me, and I hate it, but I don't hate it enough to change what I'm doing. So if people are getting mad at me for something, just know that you're yelling at a wall. Gorged Rune Feaster. Fuck, it's not over here either. Is it over here? Yeah, this, thank you, man. Strive Dose mentality. Well, it's hard, right? It's hard because, like, like a lot of people that stream, thank you very much, man. Thank you so much. A lot of people who stream, the reason why they like to stream is because they like to make people happy, and they enjoy it, and it's fun for them. And so whenever you're getting shit on for that, like, it can really suck, for sure. But again, you just have to deal with it. Yeah, and, like, you have to know, like, I think a big problem is, like, a lack of confidence. And people don't really feel confident about what they're doing or anything like that. And I think that it causes them to not really... where is it? Oh my god, is there another one that's not here? Oh, there he is. I'm dumb. Yeah, I knew that. Thank you. Shit. Yeah, it's important to, like, sometimes hear what other people think about things, but it's not always important to listen. Can spawn in place of a dominated laborer. $48.47. Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. And it's a dominated irregular. Okay. mad whenever you don't comply, not because it genuinely upsets them, but rather that you won't submit. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who, you know, people online, like one of the things that people like to do online is to get together and try to force people into doing what they want. So like whenever somebody won't bend to their will, then yeah, it makes them mad. I think that's absolutely true. What the fuck? They weren't fighting him before. I feel like I didn't even get phased over. What the fuck? Okay, this guy says he's annoying. I'm just gonna take this invite. Is this one up? Yeah, it is. Let me just go do this one real quick. Yeah, having this add-on really helps out a lot. Okay, I'm on my way over. The fuck are you? Being attempts any more interviews at crews. I mean, the thing is, like, as I said, simulate Luke's walkers when viewers should shut them down. Yeah, it just despawned. Oh, that's the way it goes. Don't worry about it. We'll get it eventually. What is this guy here? Defective protector? Is this it? No, it's not. There's always going to be people that that don't like what I'm doing or think that I'm doing it wrong or whatever. It's not really a big deal. So on the same subject, 2 weeks now. There's been a lot of people recently who have been really unhappy about the fact that I haven't been doing the kind of content that they want. And I think people have gotten the wrong idea about my streams. And so I've gotten a lot of people like just going absolutely ape shit. That I'm not doing something and I'm doing something else. And it's yeah, it's like fuck them. That's the thing is I that's exactly what I say. You can kill the laborers, have a chance to spawn. Yeah, it's just like, is it worth killing them or is it worth just like taking a lap around? I feel like it's probably worth killing them because like the odds are nobody's gonna be killing these unless they're trying to spawn this thing. You know what I mean? So it's like, you should probably just do that. What if there's reading bad at the criticism? So 3 populations. What if you're bad at reading criticism? Well, it's not that I'm bad at reading it, it's that I disagree with it. And a lot of people recently in my community have not liked the fact that no matter how hard they cry and no matter how mad they get, I won't do what they want me to do. I think this is like a very upsetting thing for like viewers of streams because they're used to crying and acting like babies and then eventually getting the streamer to do what they want or to submit to them, and I'm not going to do that. Isn't it a vocal minority? Yeah, it is, but they're very vocal, and so that's why it's hard to ignore. What's thin-skinned bitch on a platform? Well, the thing is, like, if you think that I'm thin-skinned and I'm a bitch and everything, like, it's still my right to be thin-skinned and be a bitch, right? So, like, if you think that's true, like, why is this a problem for you? You see what I'm saying? So, like, even if you, like, why is this something that's a problem that's even an issue for you? That's right, be a thin-skinned bitch, yeah. Like, so what if I don't want to have people that say rude things to me? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's people, again, like, I think that people are just, like, having an absolute fucking aneurysm at the idea that you can't complain and cry and just get what you want. And you can't just, like, be obnoxious and rude to people and have them indulge you. Because that's really what I think it is. Yeah, hysteria? Yeah, true. Yeah, it's like, I can be thin-skinned if I want to be. I mean, that's what I find to be so weird about, like, that criticism. Is like, it's not like it's against the law to do that, and like, if I don't like something, then why is it not my right to remove it from my life? From being considered soft, letting other people talk you down, considered soft, and if you don't let them. Well, the thing is, like, being soft isn't necessarily a bad thing. If somebody doesn't want to be treated a certain way or talked to a certain way, then that's their prerogative to live their life in that way. I think people care a lot about, like, being able to do what they want until it involves letting other people do what they want. But what I'm saying is, like, even if somebody is being soft or whatever, it's their own platform. It's their own stream. Quite a amount of that's not taking consideration. No, I don't at all. The soft behavior given nature of being a public figure? Yeah, I think so. I mean, like, it's always come in waves. Like, every single time that I've changed my content, like, for example, whenever I stopped, like, just playing WoW super seriously, and I did, like, more viewer events, and I focused more on making the stream entertaining rather than playing the game, I had a lot of people who were angry at me, and they were, like, pissed off, and I had a lot of those, like, older viewers that are mad about that. And then as time went on, they left the stream, or they either accepted it or they left. And then after time, I then that happened. Most left, sadly. Well, I don't say sadly at all. I think that's good. I don't like them. Like anybody that acts that way towards me, I don't like them. And so then whenever I did like variety streaming, and like everybody was like shitting on me whenever I was playing Dark Souls, like I really didn't like that. Like I don't find it like fun to like have a bunch of people telling me like how shitty I am and like I'm bad and like making fun of me the whole time. Like that's not enjoyable to me. So no E-Rob treatment, I don't blame you. Well, it's like, I mean, everybody can do their stream the way that they want to do their stream, right? I mean, like, I don't care. I love E-Rob's stream. I think he's funny. But like I just don't want to have that type of community. And so then after I did that, like the Dark Souls streams were like really bad, and then doing variety streaming was like even worse, like beyond that. And it was probably like one of the worst times I had dealt with streaming. And then I pretty much just quit all of that and just went back to playing WoW. And then Classic WoW came out, and then I had people that got mad at me for playing Classic WoW instead of playing like other games that were variety, or people that got mad at me for not playing retail WoW. But I would say like the general sentiment at that point was like people were happy I was playing Classic WoW, so there was like relatively little pushback. And then I played Classic WoW for a while, and I wanted to like move away from it for a lot of reasons. The main reason wasn't even like toxicity, it was just the fact that like the content was boring and there was nothing really to do in the game except for like create more fake drama. Do you miss a lot? Yeah, I do. So like then I moved away from where the hell is he? Is he in there? Despawned again? Oh, that's crazy. I wonder what happens. But like, yeah, whenever I went from streaming Classic WoW to streaming like retail again, that was also really bad. It was like super hard to transition away from streaming Classic to streaming retail because of like how much like Classic players hated our retail WoW. And so like, yeah, I got really really shit on by that, and like that sucked. And so like then after that I did Final Fantasy, and like there were a lot of people that were WoW fans that were like, I'm not gonna watch you anymore, like we don't like you, like you're fucking, like you're like a weird like furry now or something like that. And like there were unironic people that thought that. And like now, since I've done variety again, there have been more people who were basically saying that like the equivalent of the same thing. So I'm not trolling. No, I know you're not trolling. Change it. Okay, I did that one. Yeah. Retail Andes are just as fucking miserable. Well, I mean they are now, right? But it's like back then it was like pretty much all Classic Andes. So like this is like round 5 for me. that's the moral of the story here, is that this is not some kind of like crazy new fucking thing like, oh my god, wow, I can't believe this is happening. This has happened so many times. Yeah, it's happened so many times. And like the truth is that every single time that I've gone through one of these evolutions, my stream has come out better on the other side. Like, that's just a fact. Like, on my YouTube channel, my stream, and like everything has come out and like better every single time. And so like new wave of negativity recently, all the people just instant perma, don't even think about it. So people watching for you, not specific content. Yeah, I feel like my stream has grown substantially recently. Because like I never thought I would be able to like hold as many people as I do, just like watching me play something like Fortnite or Fall Guys or something like that. Like I'm like so lucky that so many people would want to watch something like that. It's just crazy to me. From the Depp trial, yeah, and the Johnny Depp trial went so well, and everybody wanted to watch me do that, and I mean that was really cool. And so like it's really hard to take chances and to do different things and to try to move past what you've done before. But you either do that or you're just gonna be stagnant and you're never gonna go anywhere. And so like basically, you know what I always say about like how I don't like gambling unless there's a lot on the line? Like basically, unless you can die, then the gamble just isn't entertaining for me. It's not exciting. Well, that's kind of the same way that I look at this. Is that I'm taking a huge risk, and every single time I take a huge risk whenever I do something like this. Like a massive, tremendous risk. And I do it willingly. I think that's, and I understand that it's a huge risk to go and do anything different and everything like that. Like I find it to be, what's this here? Oh, where are we going? Oh, it's this one. Thank you. I'll head over here. You could take a steak sponsor, probably better. Yeah, I could take a sponsor from steak for sure. It's just not really something I'm just not really interested in gambling, to be honest. Gotcha, bitch. Like, not gambling on that level. Like, for me, I like to have... I like to gamble on things where you have some degree of control over it. Because, like, to me, like, slots isn't really a very fun gamble because you have no control over the outcome. I find it fun to watch, but it's just not something that I would do. What about poker? I just don't, I don't really never got into it. Track a different one. Yeah, I'm just kind of, I'm like lapping around looking for the chests, and I just check every single time and kill all the mobs. And that way I'm kind of like, you know, killing two birds with one stone. What makes it a gamble, not having individual control? It's about the risk. I think that's really what it's about, more than, you know, you could say a quote gamble. It's about the risk. Try realm hopping with the world boss? Yeah, it's just not that much. Wait, did I? Oh shit, I wasn't even paying attention. Okay, yeah, those guys are bad. I'm just gonna kill these. Because, like, I feel like if it's an irregular one, they're probably just, like, not even gonna be there at all. If you're not killing them and waiting for the respawns. I'm on my way over. Where is it? Okay, I'll head. I'm on my way as fast as I can be. Just despawned again. Maybe it's because you inviting me. I don't know. Let me check over here. But yeah, I think that it won't be, I don't think this is like a saga that will be over in like maybe you know, a week or so. I think this will take kind of a while for people to like acclimate to the new way of, you know, me doing my streams, etc. And you'll always lose people in translation and, you know, gain others instead. And I think that's what happens with like, with anyone. It's a new way of doing streams. Playing what I want, doing what I want, talking about more diverse issues, bringing people on, interviewing them the same as I did, covering content that's like outside of gaming, etc. Yeah, that's kind of what that's kind of like, that's what I've been doing. Like basically what I've been doing ever since I came back to streaming. Yeah, it's like, this has been, yeah, it's been something I was doing a lot, or not really a lot, but like I was starting to do more of, and well, new interviews, yeah, I think they're fun. And it's like there's always going to be growing pains with everything. And if you're afraid of that, you're never going to grow, I think. And it's like there's a lot of people, like, you have to keep in mind, there's a lot of people who they don't want to grow. They're like, let's say they're happy just doing what they do, and I think that's great. Yeah, I think that's great. I think that, you know, if you're happy and you're doing what you want to do, and you know, like, you're not living in anguish, you're not mad at yourself or mad at the world or for anything like that, you're just doing what you want to do, I think that's a great thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, nobody has like an obligation to be whatever you consider to be a better version of themselves. The only thing that people have an obligation to be is themselves. So like, I don't think that like anybody is like lesser for like not trying to, you know, do different stuff, right? Like try to like evolve their content in the same way that I do. Like, I take a lot of risks, and some of them pay off and some of them don't. And if you do anything That's just what's going to happen. It was the same thing with OTK. OTK was a really big risk, and you just do it. What does my Pokepock look like? I don't even know. There, it looks like that. Is this fucking default skin? Joining farming? I mean, I'm just trying to get this shit done. I'm trying to get, like, invites, that's why, into the other realms. Okay, I killed all these and it's not up, so I'm gonna go do some more rotations. Where's the risk with OTK? Where's the risk with starting a new gaming org? I mean, like, or content org, I mean, let's be honest, right? That's a tremendous risk. I mean, it's huge. Like, I turned down, like, millions of dollars to do OTK instead. In terms of, like, sponsorships and, you know, joining another org or anything like that. Yeah, it's massive. Phantom? No, I think that, you know, that I don't feel like that question was bad. It's okay. OTK was a better decision. I hope so. Yeah, I don't think he was trying to be an asshole. Exactly, yeah. This guy's question, general call for ban. There's just a lot of people that were being hostile, that's all. Was the OTK Game Fest a success in your books? Yeah, I think it was, but I think it could be a much bigger success. I think that we learned a lot doing it, and going into next year, there's a lot of feedback and, like, criticism that people gave to the event that I think was really constructive and useful, and we're going to incorporate that. So, like, for example, we're going to make it shorter. We're probably going to have a different way of presenting the games. We'll probably have, like, other ways to like involve the chat and things like that. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that, like, we learned a lot from. I didn't like Mizgift shilling his game in the middle of it. Well, why didn't you like it? Yeah, what's wrong with that? Like, Mizgift's my friend, and yeah, of course I want to promote my friend's game. Yeah, I mean, like, there's no hiding it. Like, yeah, we didn't even consider, like, like, obviously I think the game looked pretty good, right? It looked like a playable state, and it looked decent enough, right, to play it. But, like, yeah, of course I did it because he's my friend. Absolutely. It wasn't even a question. Would you guys want an audience? I think so, yeah. I mean, it would be nice to have that. That would be cool. A good friend. I try to be. I mean, it's a bit awkward. The Smite stuff is understandable. I think that some of that also is, like, probably a mix of just, like, different kinds of humor, etc. Missouri has a huge platform to promote his own game. The expo should be for devs that don't have the amount of influence. Well, like, what do you mean by should? Like, what? And like, this is kind of like what I'm saying, right? Like, what do you mean the expo should be? Like, no, I don't want the expo to... should, like, we're the ones that do the expo. Like, of course I'm going to help out my friend. Like, the expo should be... It shouldn't be anything. I mean, it should be what we want it to be because it's our expo. It's our event. Like, I don't... Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, it's also not like the event has any sort of like real, like it was the first time that we did the event. So it's not like there was a precedent that we broke for Mizkif. I don't understand that at all. I'm surprised you guys got replay. Guess from Rich. Yeah. My 2 cents. Understand if you want to help out a friend. Yeah, that's the thing is like, I in general just want to move away from, and like this isn't anything about you personally, right? But I want to move away from creating content for people that think that I should do that or I should not do that. And I want to have, you know, just like make content for people that are there to watch it for entertainment and that enjoy it. And, you know, don't try to turn it into a platform for me to reinforce like what they think should and should not be. It's exhausting to do it. Social to standards, is there any remotely charitable intent to it? You could never bring any form of bias into it, so weird. Well, there's always going to be bias in any sort of a show. Like, there's going to be the different people that like the games in different ways, and I don't know. I think that, yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? That like people are gonna like the show in different ways, and like I want to go and do something that I think is a good idea in a way that I think is good, and there's always going to be people that think you should do it differently, right? You know, anything. Like, I'm sure there's people that like tell Jeff Keighley that he's like an asshole or something because he's not featuring enough what they consider to be indie games. You know, they think that he should have like a responsibility to feature more indie games, and he doesn't do that, and they're mad at him for it. Jeff's great. Jeff is great, but like that's what I mean. Argument about the prize fund being rigged if Mizkif won it. Showing his game as an issue. Yeah, I absolutely think it'd be rigged if Mizkif won it. 100% fucking agree with you on that. Totally fucking agree. What's your opinion on TimeGate for protoform synthesis? I don't really know a lot about it. Like, I've just been farming it casually, so I guess the TimeGate didn't really affect me. I should actually do the fucking FAMU. There it is. I hate this fucking game. Please don't. Okay. Good shit. For sure, bro. Thanks. It's too bad we killed him. I fucking despawned this thing. Facing's ass? Yeah, apparently. Growl and Dorky want you to push keys with them? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that, dude. I don't know. Maybe one day. Okay. Let me go over and do FAMU. Some indies fail. Well, most indies fail. I mean, there's a lot of indie games that just aren't very good. I mean, like, there's that factor. You know, development is a problem, and like being able to develop content in the speed that people want to see it is definitely an issue. Seen Mini Healer? No, I haven't. What's Mini Healer? Healing simulator, basically? Oh, fuck that. Yeah. We'll eventually tune into more indies. The AAA stuff is already going weird places, monetization, open and trade companies. I think that the truth is that the barrier to entry for... There's like two huge things. So like the first huge thing is the fact that it's up for sure. Alright, let's get it. The first huge thing is the fact that it costs probably less money now, and the accessibility for being able to develop a game is much smaller. So, for example, there we go. So, for example, being able to code something in Unreal or Unity or something like that is probably a lot easier than it was to make a Super Nintendo game back in 1995. Also, so production, like creating a game, is much easier. And an even bigger thing is distribution. You can distribute your game worldwide with basically no with like no restrictions on Steam or the Epic Store or something like that. Now you have to pay them, but that's the same with anything. You can distribute your product worldwide with almost no real restrictions. That is insane. Like, you think about how fucking insane that is. So just can't have loot boxes? Well, yeah, I'm not a fan of that, but like everything else. And so like basically the one thing that like a lot of these like game studios had over a smaller game developer is the fact that those two big things, right? Come on. Oh, fuck. It is like, you know, they could produce a game and they could also market a game. Yeah, access to asset market. Yeah, you have pre-made assets, like things are more itemized. Yeah. So like 25 games released today on Steam to get noticed without some marketing. Well, yeah, you want to market your game and, you know, promote your game, etc. But like the thing is, you can go about promoting your game in a lot of different ways. And I think that like anybody who says that like, oh well, we don't have a lot of money to promote, to promote our game, there are a lot of people. There's somebody 6 months from now who you'll know their name, who was in the same position than you are, and they didn't think that. And that's why you know their name. It's the same thing with streamers. Doubt that very much. No, I don't at all. Vampire Survivors proves word of mouth is strong as fuck. Word of mouth is the strongest marketing there is. It's like there's money, mostly because they don't know how. I'm a university for game dev program. Yeah, I think that's probably true. Famu again. Let's do it. Famu this time for sure. 100%. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. So yeah, I mean, the marketing and things like that, they're like very, very powerful. Social media is very powerful. Yeah, exactly. People have defeatist, downtrodden personalities. Can't imagine succeeding. I think that a lot of people say that about whatever situation they're in because it makes them feel better about not trying. Because if you know that, oh, well, I don't have these resources to get to where this other person's at, now I don't need to worry about it because, it's like it's set out to get me anyway, right? Playing Asmon hard, saying Diablo Immortal. I just spent 100k in a game. I'll watch that maybe in a day or so. Yeah, the first JT video was pretty funny. Speaking from survivor's bias, like, yeah, and there'll be somebody again. Like this is the truth, right? Is there'll be somebody in a year from now, a streamer. You don't know their name now, but you'll know it in a year. And the reason why you'll know their name is that they didn't think about survivorship bias or, like why somebody else isn't giving them a shot. They took their own shot and they took things into their own hands and they're successful. 1,000 others failed regardless. There's 1,000 people that fail at 1,000 things. What does that have to do with you? That's true. Like there are people, like a lot of people fail. But if you don't try, you will fail for sure. It's an important part. Yeah, no, it's... And also, like, you shouldn't do something that you're not good at. So, like, for example, if you're not good at, if you're not good at sports, maybe you shouldn't try to play sports and become, an NBA player. I think that, you should do something. Yeah, I know you got it. There we go. Call it failure, I call it warning. Yeah, I've fucked up a lot of things. Play to your strengths. Yeah, play to your strengths. Focus and try really hard and try to learn what you're good at and what you're not good at and develop that as much as you can. And there's always going to be like a certain level of survivorship bias, but that doesn't mean that you can't be a survivor. Is that kind of obvious? Don't do what you're terrible at? No, it's not for a lot of people. Because a lot of people think that they have to do something that is like accepted by society, right? They have to, they're really good, like they have to be really good at math or really good at, science, or, they want to be like a doctor or a lawyer or something like that. And maybe that's not what they're good at. Maybe they're just a really great musician. And so like, be a great musician. That's something that you can be 1 in 1,000 in. I think that most people can be 1 in 1,000 at least something. Especially if they try hard enough. Crazy until it works and then you're a genius. Yeah, that's about right. Just change your mind, you'll consider streaming video games. It's not a binary decision. Truth is, most people are lazy. Yeah, true. It's also like being good at two different things is like it's about trying to find like something that you know, finding a place in like the world or in whatever community you're part of, and figuring out like how you can fit in. I sure hope somebody actually kills this for me, because my damage sucks dick. Okay, get away from that. But yeah, I think that there's a lot of people who are resentful in a lot of ways, that they're not happy about you know, society or whatever, but you still have to do like you have to do something for yourself. And I always have thought that like if you don't really kind of go out of your way to like help yourself, nobody else will. And I think that's generally true. What about use for laziness? Not work smarter, not harder. Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly like that. That's how I've planned out a lot of like achievements for WoW. Is like, how can I be as lazy as possible and get this done? Oh, absolutely. And career advice as well. Biggest survivorship bias. I think that whenever you really think about it, like I did my YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel was very successful before my Twitch channel, and then I did streaming, and my stream was very successful as well. And then like my YouTube channel is doing well, and I've gone through like multiple iterations of that content, of different content, right? Doing one thing or a different thing or whatever. So like it's not about like survivorship bias. I think the people that complain about that are people that are looking for an excuse to be mediocre and rationalize why they're not in a position that they think they deserve to be in. Just copium overdose. Yeah, exactly. Your genuine talent, most people don't have that. I don't think it is a talent. If you go back, you don't think it's a big leap with no basis whatsoever? Well, what's a big leap? I don't know what you mean. That's a big leap with no basis whatsoever? What's a big leap? I'm confused. Like, if you go back and you watch my videos from like 3 years ago, they're not as good. If you go back and watch my videos from 5 years ago, they're even worse. If you go back and you watch my videos from 10 years ago, I think they're garbage. And anything before that is even more the case. I think I've gotten a lot better over the years, and I hope that in 5 years I can look back at what I'm doing now and think the same thing. Is it bad that only a few people make it? It's always the case for everything in the world? Well, like you don't have to, you don't have to be like a multi-millionaire, super successful, like fucking like basketball player, Twitch streamer, like movie star, fucking YouTuber, fucking Instagram model, OnlyFans girl. Like, there are plenty of girls that are in the top 5% of OnlyFans that make really good money. They do great for themselves. And in, you know, like 5 years, they'll be able to retire. Yeah, they're not making $1 million a month like Karina Koff is. No, they're not. But they're making good money. And they're doing what they want to do. And they have autonomy over themselves, and they're doing well. And yeah, I think that a lot of those girls probably look at these other girls, like, you know, her or like Amarath or somebody like that, and they're like, man, you know, like, I wish I could get there. But the fact is that they're already doing really well. It's the same thing with streamers. There's streamers that are getting 1,000 viewers and they're making, you know, close to 6 figures. I mean, it's hard to do with that level, but there are streamers that do that. 1,000 viewers is super good though. Yeah, exactly. And like, that's kind of what I mean, is like, people look at success as like, you're either LeBron James or you don't get into the NBA. There's plenty of guys that are in the NBA that you probably don't even really know their name that well, and these guys are still making fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah, they're still doing really, really well. Millions of dollars. I don't. Is it everybody on the teams paid $1 million now? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't. I really have no idea. Like, that's the truth. Ooh. Yeah. Minimum salaries on 1 mil. That minimum $750K. Maybe it is. Like, yeah. Let's say they're making $1 million, right? I don't know if I take the res, if that'll mess me up. Oh my god. Get out of that. So it's like, you don't have to be like the most successful person in order to have like a degree of success. What boss is wrong with you? It wasn't your fault. It was my fault. I shouldn't have been in there. Should have thrown passionate about. You're bound to succeed. Well, the thing is, like, there are a lot of people who are very passionate about something, and they don't succeed. I think you just have to be, just gamble, you become a billionaire. Yeah, true. I think there's a lot of people who, you know, they're passionate about something and they're not successful. But there's also a lot of people who are. I got a few more characters I can do. What do you think happened to the Georgia Guidestones? I have the same viewpoint as I have with like any sort of I think any destruction of any monument is unethical. You should not destroy any monument, whether you like it or not, whether you think that it should be there or not. There are statues of Karl Marx, of Lenin, of Stalin. I don't think they should be removed, because those people are history, and nobody has a right to destroy it without everybody else's permission. If you let everybody destroy what you wanted, what they wanted to destroy, we wouldn't have any statues of anything. You understand? Like, you can't live in a world where just because you disagree with something or you find it disagreeable, you get to destroy it. Put them in a museum? Yeah. Depends on whenever it was built. Stalin statue built in the 50s, I think it's okay. I think there should always be a conversation around if people feel like a certain monument or something like that is not reflective of their culture anymore and people don't like it, then I think that there's absolutely a democratic process to remove something like that. But what I'm saying is that you don't get to just ignore that process because you disagree with it. Yeah, you can vote to remove certain things, absolutely. For what? It's just a stone? It's not just a stone. Like, that's the same thing as like somebody put that there. It's part of the history. You don't get to just destroy something because you don't like it. That's not how the world works. But yeah, books are just paper. The Eiffel Tower is just metal. Yeah, pyramids are just stone. Yeah, you don't get to destroy something because you don't like it. Racing history is always a mistake. I think that it's like, it depends, right? It's like, it's very hard to say because obviously you have a person like Stalin, who there are statues of that I don't really think that they should remove. But it's like, I would never support a fucking statue of Hitler, right? It's like, yeah, let's take those down. But if I didn't like the statue, I wouldn't just go blow it up. I'd get people together and get it removed. You see what I'm saying? What? Is there something that you don't... Like, what I'm saying is, like, Stalin is okay. I think that, like, Stalin is not... As somebody who didn't grow up in the Cold War, and, like, I don't have any stake in this. Does that make sense? Like, he was a Russian, you know, guy. Like, it's not my culture. It's not my place to tell Russians what they should and shouldn't have statues of. That's their culture. It's their life, and it's their decision. Stone statues aren't just in Russia, dude. Well, what I'm saying is, like, even... Okay, like, I don't know why this is so hard for people to understand. You should be able to take down any statue you want to take down if you feel like it doesn't represent your culture anymore. Like, this has happened all the time, and the opposite has happened as well. They've put up statues that that represent culture instead. Like, for example, like a lot of the Confederate statues were actually, they weren't made in the 1850s. They were made in the 1950s. So, gotcha, Andy's rubbing their hands. Yeah, it's just like, you're not gonna catch me on anything here. Like, just please stop. Stalin killed 40 million people. I mean, what the fuck's wrong with you? The thing is, like, if the Russians want to have a statue of Stalin, like, if somebody put up, like, if the Austin government put up a statue of Stalin, I don't think that I have the moral authority to go and blow it up. If this was a democratically arrived decision, I do not have the moral authority to do that. Because if you do that, or ethical authority, as I said, I think, like, again, it's mainly about the ethics of it rather than the morality. I mean, chat things like that, yeah, sure. Nobody has that authority, right? That's terrorism, blowing up historical statues. I agree. I was really disappointed that the different, like, governments let ISIS do that as much as they did. It was really, really disappointing to see that. This had happened, like, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago. So, when was it real evil? Well, like, what I'm saying is that I think that you can acknowledge people that were, I mean, really kind of like assholes. Like, there, a lot of people in history were fucking assholes. Like, Gandhi was like a massive racist. Like, fucking, like, the founding fathers had slaves, or at least some of them did. Lenin was like, I've heard some of the stuff about him. The guy didn't seem like he was a nice guy. But the thing is that these people were extremely influential. All of these people, Columbus, right? All of these people were extremely influential in shaping the world that we have now. So it goes to ask the question, like, what are statues for reverence or for history? And, you know, to keep that in mind. And so, like, ultimately, I think it depends on the individual person, like, what they think. But what it comes down to for me is that I think that people collectively have to make that decision, and it's unethical to think that your moral outrage about something, any statue or any object, is sufficient to subvert that and just destroy it whenever you feel like it. It's like your girl. Well, Led, what am I saying that's wrong? So yeah, what do you disagree with? We're waiting on Famu. We can hear that. Yeah, what do you disagree with on that? If you arrive at the history of a statue museum, I think Stalin killed 40 million people. It's not as bad as Germany. Both are bad. Hope you understand what I mean. Like, the thing is, like, you would have never needed to convince me of that. You would have never felt like you needed to convince me of that if you would listen to what I said. People say that Gandhi was not racist. Let's see, did that other person respond? Let me see. I'll address that in a second. You could have summarized that in a single sentence, not a giant paragraph. So you're mad that you're mad that I took a long time explaining it? Yeah, I mean, I think that honestly, it's a lot harder to explain. So like, because I took a longer time explaining it, yeah, it's hard to, sometimes it's hard to succinctly put things together. No, mad, don't know where you're gathering that from. Well, you're coming in here and you're trying to like discredit me, and you're saying that, like, what are you talking about? You're acting like you're a guru. Like, I'm not a guru, I'm just talking, and this is like my opinion, it's my stream. So like, what would you expect me to do? Like, this is my opinion on things. Never said you were wrong. Well then, so like, so do you find it problematic that I explained it in an amount of words that you think is too much? Like, what exactly, what are you saying? So the Gandhi being racist thing, I just Googled it. You can Google it whenever you want. And I love that you said that. Okay. There's a lot of these, and reverse become very anti-discriminatory. Also slept with and raped many underage girls. Yeah, and so this is clearly found. This does have, is Google a reliable source? I think Google is probably a more reliable source than anything else that you're going to be able to find. Like, I don't know, like, is this one of these people that think like Google is like controlled by the New World Order and one of those things? So like, you use DuckDuckGo or something? Yeah, it's just a search engine. But it's like nobody, like, I think this is like kind of like what I said is like being able to like the person's actions rather than like the person themselves. Because like every person is always going to fall short of the ideals that they are like, that like people think that they embody. Right? Like these, like people are going to think that, you know, like you're nice. Okay, so that is how it works. Okay. Like, you're never going to be, it's like kind of like the whole thing of like never meet your heroes, because people will always be disappointed that you're not, you know, some other type of like way that they thought that you would be. This program, have you used Wikipedia? I think that, I mean, again, I think most people use Wikipedia for things, but it's like, it's not a good idea to only go off of Wikipedia. I think that it's always usually a bad thing to go off of one source for anything in general. Like, you should probably look and, like, for example, if one person is saying something, I don't really take it that seriously. But, if a bunch of people are saying something, then I think I would. Oh. No mount today. Is that ideal? Yeah. Current ideals for things they have for historical figures hundreds of years ago. I think that there are things that are like objectively bad, and it's like you can, like, what I'm saying is that, like, you should be able to respect somebody's tenacity to be able to do, you know, X, Y, or Z thing, but that shouldn't make you blind to, you know, other shortcomings that person might have had. And that's why I think it's important to, whenever you have somebody that you look up to or whatever, that you look at that person as an idea, you look up to what they're doing. Like, I think there's a lot of people that, for example, like they look up to Elon Musk. You know, this guy started Tesla. He started a lot of businesses, and they view him as like a visionary person. And Tesla has been very successful. But there's a lot of things about Elon Musk that aren't good. So I think it's okay to it's okay to look at the positive things that people have done, while not simultaneously saying that like everything that this person does is positive, or, you know, this person is like just infallible. Does that make sense? Started SpaceX, same shit chat. Sure. I mean, like it's all beside the point. Didn't start Tesla, didn't start SpaceX, it's a joke. Well, at a certain point, whenever you get to an idea, like, this might sound kind of weird, but do you even know if Elon Musk is real? You've never met him. You've only seen pictures of him. So at a certain point, it doesn't really even matter what's real and what's not real. It matters how people perceive it and what they look at and what they believe. Because, like, you don't really know, there's a lot of things that you don't really know if something is real or not. It's a cop-out response. Well, the reason why I'm copping out of the response is because I don't want to argue with somebody if whether Elon Musk is a visionary person or not. I don't want to have this argument because it doesn't matter. You understand? Like, it has nothing to do with it. It's beside the point. It's like you're seeing a forest for the... You're I don't know, what the fuck's the fucking phrase for that? You can't see the forest from the trees or something like that. I don't know. Perception is reality. Argue about Elon's position in the world of stupid as fuck. Yeah, exactly. So, can't see a forest for the trees. Yeah. So, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, you can use this as, like, Obama as, like, you know, like, this guy is, like, evidence for a person that you look up to in terms of, like, how to act and, like, decorum and, you know, just in general, like, a general model for, like, what's the word for it? Like, just, like, his poise and how he acted. Like, he was great in that way. Right? He was not, there were no, like, weird tweets, there was no dumb comments, no nuclears, no we don't get fooled agains, or anything, right? He's extremely well spoken and very convincing. And in the same way, like Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was amazing at that. So it's like, it doesn't really matter what the person is, but what I'm saying is, like, no person is perfect. And so you can look at what a person does, but the person is always going to fall short of the ideal. And that's why I think it's a bad idea to idolize people, because you're not really idolizing a person, you're idolizing something that they did. And then you're saying that this person is everything about this person is on the same level of what they did. And I think it leads to a lot of disappointment and frustration. Trump's banner man child about Obama. It's because people don't complain about Obama as much. It's not 2008 anymore. That's why. So yeah, I think that's what happens a lot, is that people, they get really focused on... Let me see what I'm going to do here. I guess I'll go try to farm more. I have to get this fucking mount, man. Like, I really just want to get this mount. People, they focus on, you know, a person, but, like, a person is never going to be as much of a... You know, as successful or as useful or as good as as the idea that you're trying to put inside of them. Mm. History people remember what you did, not really who you are. Yeah, exactly. For example, God didn't have as much an impact as his message did. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Steve Jobs, great example. Yeah, that's actually a really good example. Yeah. Yeah, bro, like the past is fake. No, how do we know they existed? Everything projecting apart, but they're really all there is now, bro. What I said about the Elon Musk thing is completely valid. People's perception of something is more important than what it really is. So that's why I said you don't know if somebody's even real or not, because it's completely beside the point. And before you say, oh, that's not true, people think that there are a lot of people that look up to Jesus, and a lot of people think that Jesus wasn't real too. There's plenty of fucking examples of this. That people are being deliberately obtuse if they don't understand that. I'm just playing. Yeah, alright, alright. Smart who said about anything like space and Earth? Yeah, exactly. That's true. Just did Jabbar's interview, it's hilarious. Yeah, I'll probably read it on Saturday. Let me actually turn these on. I see. A person who auto-dies piece of shit, you don't know it. Perhaps the image you have of that person strives you to become a better person. Yeah, I think that's the case with some people. Oh, nice, it's up. Alright, bitch. Get in the box. What's this one? Corrupted Rune Hoarder. Does anybody have this up on their server? See where it is. Corrupted Rune Hoarder. Can I just click on it so it tracks it all the time? Yeah. You make a VOD channel? Maybe, I don't know. Side point about Jesus to a riot in chat. People are very, people don't like to hear things they don't like to hear. I don't think I said anything that was like wrong or whatever. It's just that, like, yeah, oh, what's the, oh, that's not it. Okay, never mind. Who are sensitive about their magic book. Quizzing Yancy about it. Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with people, like, if somebody's religious and they base their life around their religion, I think that's fine. The only problem I have with that is if it affects other people. Can somebody else invite me to another realm? I'm trying to find this thing. Corrupted Rune Hoarder. What kind of episode do you have for Notorious Studios? Yeah, I'll have to see if Rich can get it. Oh, real salty folks in chat right now. Yeah, people people all the time like kind of get wrapped up in things like that, and it's hard not to whenever you hear something that you disagree with or like it really makes you mad. But it's not impossible to do that. Zach never says anything wrong. Rimmer folks, he's always right and everyone's wrong. Bro. True. So true. True, true, true. People really, dude, people really get mad about that shit. It's so funny to me. I'm gonna call my dad in a few minutes. We got mad about a billboard on Final Fantasy. The thing is, like, I really would have gone a lot harder on those guys for on Final Fantasy, but like I felt like they were already getting harassed enough, and so like I only really wanted to get them on like one point, and that was really about it. Because like the thing is, like, I don't want to crucify them, but like I also don't want them like going around lying, you know what I mean, and like trying to fucking gaslight people and shit. Screenshots of it? Yeah, it was dumb as fuck, man. I'm gonna go look for another one. Can somebody invite me in Zereth Mortis to see if this rare is up? Just seen Hassan mega mauling about chatter saying WMB player Russia broke the law, deserves to be jailed. Oh, Brittany Griner, whatever. Yeah. I find it really funny that like everybody keeps saying like I mean her situation sucks. Like I don't think it's really a big deal. It's kind of like it's like it shit was fucked up. Yeah, I think that people the reason why people if she never made any public comments or said anything at all, I think that people wouldn't really care. And the only reason why they're siding with Russia is because they feel like she is resentful towards the United States. And so they think it's funny that she got fucked over because they think she deserved it. Like, I actually don't think they really believe that it's fair at all. I think that, or like, you know, the law is good or anything like that. I think that they're just happy that somebody who is an asshole in their mind is getting fucked over. Like, that's about it. Are you enjoy yourself visiting another country? Yeah, but like, I mean, who cares really? I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's really a big deal. Like, maybe it's just like, yeah, it's really not. It's just really dumb of her. Yeah. I mean, it's disappointing. Like, I think the government should have gotten her out of Russia by now. Everybody Everybody's like, man, you know, if Trump was still president, you know she'd be home now. And it was pretty funny to read those comments. I mean, I don't know how true that is or not, but it's still funny to see it. Held for a year is insane. Yeah, I think that it was, like, the thing is, she broke the laws. Does U.S. release international criminals? I don't know. Like, I don't know, like, what the precedent is. Like, for example, if somebody broke a law here and it wasn't a law, like, it's kind of like speeding. So, like, this is a really bad analogy, so I apologize if it's not very accurate. But, like, just try to look at it in an abstract. So let's say there's a guy speeding, like he's going 120 miles an hour down the highway, and he's from Germany, and he's not used to having to obey a speed limit while he's on the highway. And like, you know, the Germans are like, yeah, this guy fucked up, he fucked up. Should we keep him in jail for a year? No, I don't really think so. I mean, I think probably just, you know, send him home and say, don't fucking come back unless you want to fucking drive the right way. Yeah, and I think that if that's, I mean, like, do you guys agree with that? Like, in general, like, is that like an ethical thing to do for a person who, you know, it's like their culture to do things differently, right? Is that ethical thing? Yeah. So a year is a bit much. 100 miles an hour can easily kill someone. Yeah, exactly. And so, like, if that's my point, right? So in every extent of the I'm so happy to hear Hassan getting mad and arguing about his chat. That just makes me so happy, because I know I'm not the only one. Anyway, so fucking what do you call it? He's gonna draft the NBA, arrested in China for stealing a bag. He's about to serve 10 years, but Trump trying out of it. He saved his ass. Yeah, he did. I remember whenever that happened. And yeah, it's great to hear that I'm not the only one. And so, you know, like, driving like 120 miles down an hour, all judge would say in the case of speeding is there's no ignorance for the law. Well, this is like international, like, diplomatic relations. So it's like, yeah, like, I'm not saying this guy killed somebody, okay? I'm just saying he was speeding. He was speeding really, really fast, and he shouldn't have been speeding really, really fast. Like, I would not consider it ethical to keep him in jail for a year. And if I don't consider that ethical, then how could I possibly consider her using a THC thing, like, ethical at all? I think it's absolutely unethical. I feel like, again, people are only being negative about her and saying this about her because they don't like the comments that she's made about, like, America and, like, political stances that she's made public. I don't think it has anything to do with the actual event itself. It's a matter of a point for their team and seeing somebody that's on the other team lose. Free Britney, though? Yeah, I don't think that... And like, there's a part of this that, like, also, I don't really respect a drug law that prevents people from having marijuana. Like, I don't care about this. Visitor Nation, if somebody did the local laws, won't go to Dubai expecting to see liquor stores. Yeah, it was a mistake for her to do that, for sure. I agree. I think it was a mistake. It was stupid for her to do that. Honestly, mind-blowing. People can justify 10 years in a foreign country's prison for something so minor. The only reason why they're doing it is because it's happening to somebody they don't like. Once you understand that most people only want something because it's something that is beneficial towards them, then a lot of the world makes sense. Now, if you don't know that, you're going to be upset and mad all the time. You know, your license forfeiture, that's before a $1,500 fine. Yeah, I think that I'm not saying that that somebody should get off scot-free for breaking the law, but what I am saying is that spending a year in jail is too much. There's a matter of degree and common sense, and I think that sometimes like that can just be a good idea. But yeah, it was absolutely stupid for her to have done that. Should not have done that. So were the incident in Singapore then? I don't remember which one that is. But yeah, I think that again, anybody who is like there's a lot of what I find to be really weird, right? Is that there are people who are like for like legalizing marijuana, who are also okay with her being in jail for a year. Why? And before you want to use like, oh, well, those are the laws in that country, for example, there are a lot of laws that I'm sure people, especially like things like blasphemy laws, that could be applied to people if they were in the Middle East while they were there. And everybody would be outraged about it. So like this is, it's not something that is because she's black. I feel like there are some people that probably think that. Sure. I think that if she was white, they would have probably felt the same way. Oh, there it is. But yeah, I mean, of course you're going to have that component. Playing illegal drugs through Grey's Nation. Yeah, but like it's not really a big deal. Like I don't know. Like you're not going to get me pearl clutching about somebody having a weed pen. Like I'm not going to pearl clutch about that. It's not a big deal. People hate women's basketball. The reason why people have resentment towards women's basketball is because there's like a group of people that say that women basketball players should be paid the same as the NBA players. And so like it's like another example where like unreasonable behavior is countered with unreasonable behavior. You see what I'm saying? She wrote the lots was good. His counter was that slavery used to be a law, but we know it's wrong. Well, what I'm saying is that they don't even agree with that law in their own country. I think that it's entirely circumstantial. Makes the whole thing ironic. She hated America so bad, gets jailed in Russia for such a minor thing. That's why people don't have as much sympathy, I guess. The thing is, like, I don't have a lot of sympathy for her either. Like, I think that you're right. I mean, I thought it was fucking stupid things that she said too. I disagreed with a lot of the things that she said. I think that America is in a lot of ways, not all ways, but in a lot of ways a great country for a lot of people. It gives people opportunities that in a lot of places in the world they'd never have. And I didn't agree with a lot of the things that she said at all. However, I still don't think that that's what she deserves. She's an idiot. Oh no, she's definitely an idiot. Absolutely, like undeniably an idiot. Verifiably an idiot. Guaranteed an idiot. Still, yeah, still an American. And that's her right to say that. And it's like the old thing is like, freedom of speech doesn't protect people from being able to say things that everybody agrees with. It protects them from being able to say things that people don't agree with. And so if you just arbitrarily think that someone shouldn't have the same rights and protections as somebody else, or, you know, hold them to a different standard or something like that, I feel like you're pretty much no better than people that want to like cancel other people for saying something bad on Twitter. Or the country save her if she resents America. If you want the honest truth, I think that America looks bad. It makes America look really bad if like the if like a foreign government is like holding a known person like basically hostage. Oh, Bubble, you don't get to do whatever the hell you want in Russia and get away with it. Well, the thing is, like, nobody really cares. Like, here's what you have to understand is that, like, I don't really care about, like, what the laws in a certain country are. They don't matter to me. And so, like, the law is independent from what's good and bad. Now, there's oftentimes an overlap, but there's not always an overlap. Is that a box? No, it's not. You're comparing U.S. to a third world country. You've also have argument making. Well, I'm not really I mean, I don't know. Like, all I'm saying, like, I feel like this has been. Thanks, Abbas. I'll be back to Final Fantasy soon, man. Yeah, I'll be back soon. No one in Russia is holding this person in prison, cares about the law she broke. They care about the upset that she brings and the divide between people. Yeah, I think that's generally true. Was it wall tax? The guy said love from Iran. Like, he's not an American, and so he probably didn't, like, know how to type the right way, and so that's why I didn't time it out or say anything bad. There's a lot of people that just don't speak English, and so they say things that, like, might sound dumb, but, like, it sounds dumb because they don't speak English. $53, is it this one here? Misaligned enforcer. Okay, let's put this on. See if we can find this guy. Especially people with second language is English. I feel like most normal people do. It's like, again, another like, just common sense thing. Fuck, these things are so hard to get. Misaligned enforcer, okay. Fuck, man. Maybe I should just wait here. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, like, do you guys kind of see where I'm coming from with, like, the whole, the weed thing? And, like, that basketball player? Just before I talk, yeah, I mean, I don't know, I think it's just common sense. Tweet laws are a joke. Yeah, that's what I think. Creative Yugo being dead? Yeah, I saw that. That's horrible. Yeah, it just fucking sucks. I know like a lot of people grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh! And like I was like Pokemon and then like Yu-Gi-Oh! I was like older, so I didn't really get into it as much. But yeah, it fucking sucks, man. This is my last one. Snorkeling accident already? That sucks, man. That's my 100th box. Is he a huge JoJo fan? JoJo's author looks younger than both of us, yeah. You try being on Joe Rogan's show? I don't really know why I would be on Joe Rogan's show. I just play video games and talk about stuff. I mean, I think he has like actual like legitimate people on, not video game Sanctum Transfer. No, I can't. I gotta call my dad. Probably get food with my dad today. I'm actually, I gotta call him. I'll be right back. Okay. Joe Rogan's a super ideas person. Idea of smart person. I don't know. I mean, I mean Joe Rogan has a really successful podcast, and like I don't know. A lot of people like him. Some people don't like him. It is what it is. I mean, I think if you have a podcast and you're talking, like he's like, isn't his podcast like the most popular podcast in the world? Like, I mean, there's no way you have the most popular podcast in the world and you don't have detractors, right? That's just the way it goes. Super repetitive after 1800 episodes. Makes the same points constantly. Yeah, I think that's probably what a lot of people do. I mean, I think if you probably watched all my streams, like, you'd probably have the same thing. Probably think the same thing, I mean. For making people eat bugs and MMA being such an icon for certain people. I think the reason why people like Joe Rogan is because he's kind of like an everyman in like the eyes of the audience. So like he's not some, you know, like super fucking, you know, like really well-known astrophysicist, right? He's just kind of like a guy. And yeah, he's like, he's open about things, and so it makes him approachable for like another average person. Yeah, he's an average Joe. Rogan's like the most relatable celebrity of our time. Has a lot to do with his popularity. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people think about him, for sure. Regardless of like whether you think that's warranted or not, that's why people like him. Is that they feel that way about him. Doesn't want to say anything controversial even when he knows stuff. That's why I don't like him. I think there's a lot of people that just don't, like, this is like a very common, complaint that people have, is that they feel like certain content creators or people should, motherfucker, that's the one I needed. Piece of shit. Man. I could have got it too if I had reacted faster. That's why I'm really mad, is it's my fault. Fuck. I just want to keep their incomes. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of people who, like, you're not going to convince people of a lot of things like overnight. Like, there's a lot of like slow incremental change that people have to make, and there are some people that want like a revolutionary type person who's like an all or nothing. You're going to listen to like what I think, and you know, I'm going to be as like extreme as possible with like my views. Like somebody like Alex Jones, for example, right? But like people like that usually don't get a lot done, and they're not very effective because they're about promoting the message, and they feel very strongly about a message, but because I think it's probably because they feel so strongly about it that they end up sabotaging themselves. No, intellectually, you're faking a fraud. What did I say that made you unhappy? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, what have I said? Omega. Alex Jones is interested in person? Yeah, he certainly is. That's what Alex Jones says that. That's what Alex Jones says that. No, I have no idea. Oh, you're not intellectual, you're faking. Bro, I thought you were saying that to me. We've had a lot of Malders today, so yeah, no, Alex Jones did say that. Yes, it's a meme. I'm, yeah. I've been a little bit on edge because people have been like really crazy recently. My bad. Fuck. Super legit question, would you go on his podcast? Would I go on Joe Rogan's podcast if I got asked? Yeah, sure. Gonna show up for an interview, always wear the same shirt. I probably will. Yeah, there's a lot of topics, like, in my opinion, I think that the problem that, and this might be like my ego, right? But like, this is what I think. I think that So what did the guide stones represent that got blown up? Like, why were they controversial? The KKK. WEF trash? Yeah, which, don't know. Satan, satanic, their satanic stuff was not the KKK. It was satanic stuff. Okay. They said population should be less than 500k. So you have probably, which one is this one again? Fuck, I always forget its name. Misaligned. Oh, I had to kill that guy. Protector of the first ones. Only alt-right crazies took it seriously. Okay, so like, basically there are alt-right people, or like, no, that's it. That word doesn't, I feel like that word doesn't mean anything anymore. There are, like, let's say like right-wing or like conspiracy type people that that didn't like it. I feel like almost nobody gives things a fair shake anymore. Like, it's like nobody ever talks about things from like a position that is, like, in my opinion, fair. Like, for example, I feel like all of the people that were complaining about like the Confederate statues being taken down or blown up or like destroyed, I feel like a lot of those people are making excuses for why it was okay for the guide stones to be destroyed. Meanwhile, there are the same people that were okay with pulling down the statues now are upset about the guide stones. I don't like this. Yeah, I don't like this at all. You're telling me people are hypocritical? I think that they are, and that I think that there's actually a large amount of people out there. Like, I'm hypocritical sometimes. Sure, I think everybody is. And it's like, it's not even really that they're hypocritical. It's that they are doing what's beneficial for them. That's it. They're doing what is good for them. They're doing the thing that helps them. And that's all there is to it. So it's like there's nothing else really besides it. There's no fine prints. There's no, you know, anything else. They're just doing whatever is good for them because that's what they want to have happen, right? Basically, right? And so, okay, he's not over here. And let me guess he's not over here either, right? Fucking piece of shit. Fucking piece of shit. Okay. To equivocate monuments, Confederate leaders, slave owners to monument that was controversial for other obscure conspiratorial reasons. There's no two sides to this. I think there are. I think that fundamentally there are. I feel like fundamentally these are equivalent things. Like, because your level of moral outrage of it is irrelevant. Yeah, nobody cares. Like, it's just because you find it to be outrage, that you are outraged about it, or you think that one is worse than another. Here's what the problem is. Again, people think that they can do what they want if they're mad enough. That they thought that on fucking whenever they burned down the shit like 2 years ago in all the riots. They thought that on January 6th. And they thought that whenever they blew up the guide stones. They thought they could do whatever they wanted because they're mad enough and it's okay. This is just simply not sustainable. This is not a sustainable way to live. Like, you can't have, like, you can't have any society that works that way. Game out destroying things is not optional. Yeah, exactly. Everyone seems to be looking for a reason to get pissed. People seem to be looking for a reason to justify doing what they want to do. That's what it is. Are you saying we need law and order? Yeah, I think so. I am a big fan of law and order. Because if you don't have law and order, you don't have anything. Yet a woman running for governor pledged to demolish the guidestones if she was elected. And that is completely her right to do that. And if people vote for her and then she goes through the process of demolishing them, that is completely her right to do that. In my opinion, I personally, I would not even want that. I think that even if I disagreed with it, I think it should be moved to a museum. I don't like the idea of destroying a monument. I really, really, really dislike that. Except it isn't a monument. Well, it's not yours to destroy. You know, like, it's like, I think about, like, things that were destroyed by ISIS that are, you know, this is like the collective wealth of society and civilization. And it's like they had no right to destroy those things. And I think it's incredibly important to protect that. Oh, yes, dude. He literally just fucking spawned. Fucking got him. Nobody else is gonna kill him. I don't want to kill him here, but he just despawns anyway, so I'm gonna kill him. So I'm not stuck in combat. Families in Syria broke my heart seeing history be destroyed. Trust me. I remember my mom and I, we felt the exact same way. Because it's like at a certain point, it's not just your history, right? It's everybody's. And it's just such a shame. Yeah, it's human history, exactly. Oh, fuck. But yeah, that's why I like talking about the issues like that, is because I feel like a lot of people don't really give things a fair shake. You know, they have like their agenda that they're trying to push, and they don't really think about things from a perspective that's that's like authentic. Are you down with going for dinner? I'm not sure yet. So yeah, that's why I like talking about stuff like that, is because the truth is that I feel like other people don't get a fair shake, and they give biased coverage of it. Like straight up. Like I think that people give, like, they straight up just like they say shit that's not true. And it frustrates me a lot. Sorry, videos today, fuck them. The thing is, man, like, I don't want to dwell, like, the reason why I made the video is because, like, we've had a lot of these, like, incidents in the past, like, month or so. And I don't want to keep having these incidents where, like, I have to continually, like, readdress some drama I don't want to do that. Like, so, like, that's why I made the video, is because I just kind of want to have, like, a final word on it and try to avoid it as much as I can. Like, I'm sure I'll talk about it again, and I'm not going to completely do this realistically. But, that's kind of why I made the video, is I just didn't want to... What the fuck do you want? I'm not... The fuck is this? Heart of corruption? The fuck is this? Okay. Ready? Oh, I thought he, Oh, I got really lucky there. See, McConnell doesn't know this because he's a noob, but you can't have the ads on top of each other because they take 80% reduced damage. To knock that one off. You have to get me, you have to get me, you have to get me, or he's gonna do it to you and he's gonna fucking reset. What do you need? Oh, we both got the same items. Okay. You had sore about 6 shoulders. Okay. Do you need Gahoon? I don't need anything from Gahoon, but we can do it. Okay. I'll do the first one. No. No, no, no. No, no, no. Just come up here. You can finish it. God, this fight is such a cocksucker, man. I can't throw it to him while he has bubble on, I'm pretty sure. This actually gives me a damage buff. Okay. The fake blood god? Yeah, the fake blood god. Just beginning to believe. Oh no, I believe we're gonna be able to do it. It's just annoying. Yeah, it was never a question of if, it's a question of why. This just deletes all the bad boys here. Gotcha, bitch. Actually, you know what? I wonder if we could kill him in phase 1. I wonder if we can in LFR. Wow, I want to re-queue this. I want to try it again. I'm going to make a full group. Everybody join. Yeah, after this, join up. I don't know what's going to happen. You think you can? Yeah, I mean, like, he heals, so it's 0.5, not possible till Dragonflight? No, yeah, it is. Do the math. Do the math. So it's 0.5 every half second. So he heals effectively, if it's 1.7 mil, he's healing for 170,000 a second. We can out DPS that. Guaranteed we can out DPS that. And that's also, like, not including Mortal Strike. He can't use, I think, fist weapons. The shield's good, though, if he didn't have it. Oh my god. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Congrats. Let me try this. Because I'm mythic, you can barely beat it. No, you not. Listen, here, give me a lead. Let me try and do this. Premier groups, custom. Actually, I have to do it. Back. I have to do this quick, and then I have to go to my dad's. Okay, so like everybody, let's do this real quick. Raids, start group. I'm just gonna do it in Raids Legacy. Okay. Minimum item level 270. I want people with like fucking maximum gear, like maxed out fucking best in slot gear. Like, only mythic geared Andes. Put on the ring. I think the ring is what I need to get over there. We need 25 people. One of the warriors, like one of you guys is arms, right? Just like only one person needs to be arms. I need 4 more people. Egg arms. There might be somebody that already is. Valor, just go DPS. We need 2 more people. 1 more. Literally 1 more person. I don't want anybody healer. No healers. No healers. We're doing Raid Finder. We need 2 more people. Jesus, look at all the warriors. Alright, take the invite, bro. Let's get this done. Gavin, come on. Come on. Stop flying. No, you don't need flying. Like, I'm gonna queue us in. You don't need to do anything. I need literally 1 person. Okay. Just give it a second. Maximum fucking DPS, guys. Maximum. The longest of long dicks. Okay, we're missing 1 person. This should give us an idea, though. Let's just jump down here. Actually, no, get food, get food, get food, get food. But please don't jump down. Okay. Don't have a flute? No, you literally just jump down and kill the boss. Use your spectral flask of power and try. Oh, fuck you, okay. I'll get the weapon and chance too, even. This is important. Let's go. The health scales. Fuck. Okay. I want to make sure everybody has every cooldown up. Like, literally every single fucking cooldown up. How much health does he have? 6 million. Oh my god. 300,000 DPS? I don't know if we can do this, actually. We'll see what happens. Okay. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I want you guys to listen and pay attention, okay? This Dark Young does a debuff. It's a debuff that makes everybody do 50% more damage. So what we're gonna do is we're not gonna pop any CDs, and we're not gonna kill the Dark Young until after he casts the Stomp. Everybody stands in the Stomp to get the 50% damage buff. As soon as that buff goes off, we pop every fucking cooldown and we burn down Gahoon. You guys understand? We need one arms warrior. Can one warrior go arms? Do we stand? Yeah, it's an AoE around him, so stand underneath him. We need one arms warrior. I'm arms? Okay, we're good. Don't worry about it. We're good. Alright, so no damage on the Dark Young. As soon as the debuff goes off, we go apeshit. Let's go. Don't do any damage until he does the debuff. Stack on me. Stack on me. Or sorry, stack on the Dark Young. Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay, get ready. Go. Wait, what? Okay, so now what? With this debuff, he can't take any damage. Okay, kill him. Wait, he's actually doing phase 3 abilities. Well, we can do it. We just need to have all the... There's no way. How long do you guys have on CDs? Don't pop any CDs. Nobody pops any CDs. Nobody pop any CDs. How long do you guys have on CDs? 3 minutes? Literally wait here. I want to see if we can do it. Yeah, don't do it. Yeah. Fear is going to fuck us. Just turn around whenever he does the fear. As long as with 4 minutes. Yeah, nobody use any CDs. Let me know whenever I have perma corruption. Asta. Okay, that doesn't help. I'm on delay. Can you do a countdown? Yeah. Is there anybody who still don't use any CDs? Is there anybody that still doesn't have their CDs up? 2 minutes? Okay. 2 minutes for army. Alright, we're gonna wait 2 more minutes and we pop off. Yeah, we don't have lust. You guys probably want to stop auto attacking after you get full rage so you can save your trinket procs. I don't know if that's still a thing. Lust is pretty big. Yeah, we might not be able to do it without lust. Wait for lust? No, we're not going to wait for lust. Should we wipe so you can remove my permacorruption taunt? No, you misunderstand what we're trying to do. No, we're not wiping. We're not wiping, guys. We're gonna pop all CDs and burn them down again. Now that he did his shield phase. Okay, so everybody, we're going to come over here. Are the CDs up? Willie, are your CDs up? I'm going to do a countdown. 45-second pot. Hold off for pot. Hold off for pot. I'm going to do a countdown, a raid warning countdown. And I want everybody to pop all of their CDs whenever the raid warning countdown's over. Actually, do it after, not this one, after the next fear. After the next fear and people are not feared anymore, I want everybody to pop CDs. Get ready. After this fear. Now. What? We're not gonna make it. We need Lust. Okay. Yeah, just wait for Lust. I have to go like immediately after this though. I don't think Lust gives you 50% boss damage. Yeah, it'll give us enough. We'll be fine. Yeah, 4 minutes, boys. 4 minutes. Three minutes, boys. Don't use any CDs. Why are Warriors using CDs? He's probably just doing his normal rotation and he procced his attack. Two minutes. Get ready. 44 seconds. Let's go. All right. Yep. Yeah. Do it after the next sphere. Do it. Don't do it on whenever it comes off cooldown. Do it after the next sphere. Okay, go. Finish it. Got him. All right, boys. We got him. Nice fucking job, boys. Nice fucking job. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. That was fun. Alrighty, gentlemen. We had some fun. I'll see y'all later. Peace.